morning everyone, how you doing? It's Paul here from Unusual Things, and today I have come to Goring on Thames. Now, a few of you, after watching the George Michael video in Highgate, asked me if I would come to his old house in Goring, where he sadly passed away on the 25th of December 2016, which will be the 6th year this year, and it's just flown by. It's just gone so quickly. Anyway, so obviously there's people living there now, so we have to, as always, be respectful, be mindful as well, and you know, when you come to these little villages, everyone knows each other, so you just stand out. So you want to make sure that you're respectful and you just do the right thing. Now I've got the sun behind me now, so I will try and keep that away. Now what we've got to remember is, morning, friendly locals. What we've got to remember obviously is that the people that live here now probably have loads of people coming down and walking past the premises. So, you know, we do have to be a bit careful. This is a beautiful little village. Over there's the post office and doggy boutique, Penelope's. And come down here, and then here is George's old cottage or house. Now, looks like the boiler's on because there's heat coming out of the flue there. So, going to be a bit respectful. But what an amazing place. I don't think that means to anyone, just please ring the bell.
We're here about an hour from London. This is a 16th century house that I bought about 3 years ago and did up myself, so come in and have a look. It's not exactly spacious, but it's my idea of a beautiful house. Of course, it's really low ceilings because people were so short in those days. This is about as English and historic as you can get. We kept all the original beams. This fireplace, even this is the original fireplace. This is my favourite room. I tend to sit and work on the computer from here. This piano, it's one of my favourite things in the house, and covered in pictures of our life. This is the library. It wasn't here when we bought it, but I think every house should have a library. I'd love to tell you that all the books in this library were Shakespeare or Wordsworth, but actually most of them are just antique books that we bought on bulk. I think they're just beautiful, so they're kind of furniture rather than cultural input. This is a piece of Russian art that Kenny and I saw and liked in London a couple of years back. I'm not really into collecting art. Once you start collecting the art that you really love, then you really do have to lock the doors every night. The kitchen is through this way. Now the kitchen is a kind of modern kitchen. This is an old-fashioned Aga cooker, which is an essential ingredient to any British old-fashioned kitchen. And for people like me and Kenny who really are extremely absent-minded, the great thing about this is you can stick something in there like a chicken or whatever, and if you forget that it's there, you're not going to burn the house down. You just get a lump of coal for dinner. Now, Oprah, I have heard that when he appeared on your show, Mr. Tom Cruise cooked a bowl of spaghetti for your pleasure, and not wanting to let the British down, I've asked New, my housekeeper, to prepare all the ingredients of a typical George Michael meal, and this is about the extent of it, really. This is where Kenny and I like to have our breakfast. We built this part onto the house to get a great view of the gardens.
But before, there was lots of memorial stuff all left here, obviously when George passed away. But what a beautiful little place. And then of course up here is a little churchyard, because he said that he wanted to live next to a churchyard. And look how nice and peaceful it is on a beautiful sunny morning. It's the back gate. Now I'm not going to hang around here too long. They have got security cameras up and they're probably aware that I'm just walking around with my camera, so I'm just going to go and walk to the back of the property now. It's weird, it's weird, I don't know. It's weird knowing that, you know, one of your favourite pop stars, you know, your favourite artist, if you like, musician, lived there and sadly passed away there. And I believe these are the gates as well to the back of the property. What we'll do now is we're going to have a little walk over the bridge so we can see the back part. I'll show you a little bit more of, so that's the alleyway I've just come out of. We'll have a little walk along here now. Now, even though the sun's out, it's quite chilly. But this is the River Thames along here, as you can hear probably. Now, back in 2004, I think it was, George allowed Oprah Winfrey into the house. And they did a big segment where you could actually see in the house, which is worth viewing. And I think then he said that he'd been there about 3 years. So I think he bought it in about 2001, something like that. But it's a 16th century cottage. Oh my God, look at this view. Let's just admire this for a second, shall we, people? It's gorgeous, isn't it? And there we go. And as we come over here, we can see the back of the house. I think there used to be some sort of fence or wall there. I don't know. Maybe I'm making it up. It's really hard because the sun's out, so I don't know how much you can actually get to see of it, so I'm sorry about that. But the sun is right in the way. I'll come back here a little bit. There it is, right there. I say the sun's in the way, so it's really difficult to see. Now, what a lot of people didn't realise until after he passed, sadly, was how much of a philanthropist George was. How much money he actually gave to charity and to people. And he used to sit at home and watch a lot of daytime TV when he was just chilling and having some time out. And so many sort of game shows and things like that have come forward since, where they've had people on that have either wanted IVF treatment or some form of help in one way or another. And he's been the mysterious donor that's given them the money to go and do this. Now, also, there was in the UK is a programme called This Morning with the presenters Richard and Judy, who are husband and wife. And on their very last day, they were talking about a children's charity where they needed, I think it was like £50,000 or something like that, to fly these kids somewhere, to get them away. And George was that mystery donor. But Richard, the presenter, on the last day, called him out and just said, George Michael gave them money. And, you know, we all know that George liked his privacy and he didn't ever want a pat on the back for that sort of stuff. But he actually phoned the show up to say, you know, thank you for mentioning him giving the money, and also to wish the presenters well, because it was their last day and he said he'd been watching it for years anyway. So look at this over here. It's just gorgeous. Gorgeous Goring, it should be called. Love it. And imagine having that, the Thames just down here. And I'm sure there used to be like a wall or something along there, because I think there was like an outhouse or like a separate part on there. But there you have it. As we just walk back, and it's amazing really, because like, you know, you think of all the different places throughout the country, and then you come down here, and unless you know, who'd have thought that George Michael lived in that house there. Sadly passed away in it too. Such a shame. There you go, guys. Another one done. Let me know your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Have you been there before yourself? Have you paid a visit? And like I say, I'm always conscious someone lives there, and they probably get it all the time, and they don't want, we've got to respect their peace. I mean, they probably knew it when they bought the house. They knew they were going to get some fans turn up and things like that. But that's nearly 6 years ago now, so probably in one way it was better that you come a little bit later rather than sooner. But yeah, now I know I've got my t-shirt on, but it's bloody freezing. I've got a red nose. Right, that's it from me. I shall see you all soon. Take it easy. Ta-da.